There is a hidden history that's been deliberately obfuscated from the peoples of the world, and that's why I am on the trail of a Nephilim. The Genesis 6 narrative states that the Nephilim are on the earth in those days and also afterwards. If that's true, can we find evidence that corroborates this? I'm L.A. Marzulli. Join me as we go on the trail of a Nephilim. Today we will journey to Puma Punku. This, of course, is from our latest film in the On the Trail series. There's now 8 films in the series. You're going to want to check that out. If you don't want to buy the DVDs, you can just go to our streaming site, streaming.lamarzulli.net. Today we will travel to Puma Punku, and I think you'll find this really interesting. But first, a word from our trusted sponsor. Hey folks, L.A. Marzulli here. I want you to know before I even start with my little commercial here that I take this product, this collagen, every single day. And I've noticed a difference. But look, when it comes to anti-aging, we're all searching for some sort of a miracle pill, which in fact may never exist. However, believe it or not, I may have found the next best thing. It's a special type of collagen. I take it every single day. And it's more effective at maintaining skin elasticity, reducing visible signs of aging, and promoting a youthful complexion that most anti-aging products just don't have. Folks, tens of thousands of 5-star reviewers can't be wrong. Check it out. Go to healthwithla.com. That's healthwithla.com. Healthwithla.com. So way back in 2014, a bunch of us went down there to Puma Punku, and Brian Forrester and his lovely wife Irene were our guides, and they took us way up there. I mean, it was just amazing. It's a very strange place. You're up around, I don't know, 9, 10, 12,000 feet, whatever it is, and it takes a while to acclimate to it. But the site was amazing. I would like to go back there again, and maybe at some point in the future I will. We only spent a day there, but I got a sense that something very cataclysmic had happened at the site. There are vestiges that are scattered throughout these two sites. I believe that Tiwanaku and Puma Punku were at one time joined together. It was all part of the same site, even though they have different names. So here's the clip, and I will be weighing in on it. I think you'll find this interesting. I visited Puma Punku and Tiwanaku in 2014. Brian Forrester was our guide, and we got to film some amazing artifacts that are scattered about the two sites. Some researchers believe, as I do, that these two sites were connected in antiquity. As you will see, something cataclysmic happened that threw down these incredible stone structures. Some of the material was actually carted off and reduced to railroad track bedding. Are we really supposed to believe that these incredible stone artifacts were created with bronze chisels? Are we looking at the fingerprints of the supernatural? We're in Puma Punku, and as you can see, the ruins are incredibly enigmatic, giving you a panoramic view of the site and what it must have looked like. We have no idea. At some point in the far distance past, something threw it down. Something cataclysmic happened here and destroyed this massive structure, whatever it is, whatever it was. Once again, we're at Tiwanaku. I want to just point this out. Look at the way this has been carved from andesite stone, bought from 70 kilometers. We've got a curve here. This whole surface is completely, it's almost perfect. In fact, it looks perfect to me. It's just amazing. It's astounding. And look at the angle here. Look at the precision. How does a primitive people thousands of years ago with bronze chisels, you know, and shark skin sandpaper make stuff like this. It's absolutely phenomenal. Brian's got the level on it, the straight edge, and you can see it's just absolutely precise. And notice something, I wish we had a real long level. Notice the little corner right here where this joint begins to happen, where the curve begins to happen. And then come over here, it's pretty much, I'm sure it's exactly the same distance. Whoever did this paid a lot of attention to detail. They were master craftsmen at what they were doing. So the question is, I mean, how do you take this block of andesite stone way back in the Neolithic, Bronze Age, let's just say the Bronze Age, okay? So you've got a copper chisel and you're gonna carve that? Look at the way, I mean, could you do it today? Yeah, we can do it today. We can duplicate things like that today. I understand that. But let's go back thousands of years. Is that an out-of-place artifact? In my opinion, it is. Show me, here's the copper chisel, and we show this in the film. Show me how you do it. Here's your block of andesite, and the gentleman goes bam, bam, bam. He hits it a number of times, turns the chisel over so you can see the points completely dull. So if you can't cut the andesite with a copper chisel, how is it done? So stop lying to us. Stop acting like you've got all the answers when you don't. Here's the rub. There's a reason why this stuff is that I'm called a pseudo-archaeologist, even though I go to these places and look at these things and have a different explanation than this standard one. My explanation is that of something supernatural taking place in these areas. Something very cataclysmic happened there. Something supernatural created these two sites, especially when you look at the H blocks that are there and just the fact that the slabs are dead level. You're looking at technology which no longer exists on this planet, in my opinion. Therefore, I call it fallen angel technology, Nephilim architecture, because that's, in my opinion, it's got the fingerprints of a supernatural all over it. But in academia, with all due respect to academicians all over the planet and the scientific community, there is no room for the supernatural. There's only the Darwinian paradigm, which is embraced. So someone like myself, who's not degreed, I don't have an archaeological degree, but I go to these places and I read a lot and I study and I look. Just like Graham Hancock, we have different opinions on things. Graham doesn't have a degree either. But in some ways, Graham Hancock has done more than many archaeologists, because he actually goes to these places and looks at them and films there and talks about things. You know, we've gone to a lot of places in our On the Trail of the Nephilim series, and we've actually got number 9 is already filmed, and it's sitting over there, and we will be getting to it. But first, I've got to finish up the UFO films, which gives me the segue. So if you're at all interested in checking these out, you can go to our streaming site. You can get there by going to our website, lamarzulli.net, lamarzulli.net, streaming.lamarzulli.net, streaming.lamarzulli.net. You can download, for the price of less than a cup of coffee at Starbucks, you can download number 8 in the series, Out of Place Artifacts. Thanks so much for watching, folks. Remember, there is a hidden history that has been deliberately obfuscated from the peoples of the world. And that's why yours truly, L.A. Marzulli, is on the trail of a Nephilim.